This is it, people. This is what you've been waiting for. This is Everyday Celebrity Podcast. The podcast for everyday people with everyday problems, trying to find everyday solutions to accomplish everyday goals. Let's start the show. Welcome to another episode of Everyday Celebrity Podcast. No one podcast in Oakland, no one podcast in the Bay Area, and today is a special day, a glorious day. Took a minute to schedule, but I'm very happy he graced me with his presence. We have one of Oakland's top underground hip hop artists, and we go talk about his life, his inspirations, and his music, and what he got going on. So welcome, WavyKampFee to the show. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Appreciate you having me on here, man.
So the WavyKampFee, that's a strange name.
It is. I know.
How did that come about?
Well, it came about, at first when I was started with the music journey, I had a different name. I called myself Misfit, M-I-S-F-I-T-T, because I felt like I didn't fit into what was going on in the Bay Area. And that's what I went by. But then I had to basically recreate myself, redevelop myself. I became a different type of a person. You know, I grew as I got older. And then Wavy really came from my style. It's very different. How I ride the beat, how I deal with the beat, how I attack it, my thought process, from the clothes to the dressing to videos. I try to be a little bit different. And then, you know, the camp is basically the whole family is, you know, mentioning the team, you know, everybody I work with, and that's part close knit to me. And then Fee basically is similar to a nickname. And then it was one thing that my dad told me when I was young was everything in life costs a fee, nothing's free. And when I was younger, I used to hustle and move around, and so I used to always love money. That's what I love. So
Misfit, I'm thinking, I'm assuming you were like gangbanging, getting in trouble with the law or some shit.
I was I was more outside than I am now. I say that, I was more in mischievous stage. But it really kind of fit, like, I was really doing music here, but also I was doing music with some guys in LA, and we're kind of like a group. You know what I mean? So I was kind of like the different part because I was from Northern California, but then also I attacked the music, especially then. It was, you know, what we had going on here. I had a little bit of vibe of that, but it was a little different.
Do you, are you originally from the Bay Area? I mean, Oakland?
Yeah, I'm born and raised in Oakland. I lived a couple other places, but not too long, you know, short, you know, but this is home. This is where it's at.
What caused the change from Misfit to WavyKampFee?
I say growth. I say the biggest part was having my daughter. I know the biggest one of the things why I kind of got back into it was...
that'll do it. That'll wake a nigga up.
It definitely will. It will. I told her, you know, I had her, and then I had some kids I was mentoring. It's like, okay, well, if I'm pushing them to follow their dreams and to pursue it to go all the way out, and then I know I didn't do what I needed to do with mine, and it actually was working for me. It was like, okay, yeah, I gotta do it. I gotta get back into it so I can give them something to believe in, because that's what most people need. They need to actually see some inspiration.
So before the music, right, growing up in Oakland, how was growing up in Oakland for you?
Growing up in Oakland was cool for me. I got to experience growing up West Oakland in the Bottoms. That's where I first started out. That's where majority of my family is from. I still have family down there. So I started off there. And then,
you an 80s baby?
Yep, I'm an 80s baby.
Okay.
Then I made my way to the east, and I was over there in Funktown, and I got family and people over there, and so I got to experience both. But then also bounced around a lot of schools, playing sports during high school and middle school, and you know I was getting in trouble as a elementary and stuff like that. But I got to bounce around a lot, so I got to see all sides of Oakland.
I mean, obviously you're a child, right? So you really don't put two and two together until you get older. Did you feel Oakland back then was dangerous?
Yeah, it was. I mean, I feel like it was. I mean, it was certain things, you know, growing up in West Oakland, you know, I really appreciate it, you know, my parents, because I got to see a little bit of both. I got to see living in the Bottoms and looking out the window and seeing certain things, and then getting to move to the east to a different area, and then it's a different type of atmosphere and lifestyle. But then that helped me and especially in the game and entertainment and life period, because you gotta code switch, you gotta jump here, jump there, you gotta do it's a lot to it. So
Yeah.
I appreciate
You had both of your parents in the house?
Yeah, I had both of them. Yep, I had both of them there. Appreciated that. Definitely.
Brothers, sisters?
Yeah, I have one younger brother. Yep.
You guys close?
Yeah, we're pretty close. Pretty close. He taller than me. We're pretty close. Real competitive with one another. You know.
You say you played sports. What sport did you play?
I played basketball. I played football. I did baseball, and I did swimming.
What high school did you go to?
I went to first I started off at Oakland Tech.
Okay.
And then I went to Skyline, and I went to Mac. Then I went back to Skyline.
Damn, nigga.
And then I went to Berkeley, and I stayed there, fell in love with
Why was you like traveling around?
Basketball. I was real good at basketball. I would transfer. Back then, similar to now, kids would transfer, different situations. Coaches retired. No, 1 year a coach retired. It was just different situations. So
After you graduated high school, where did your journey take you?
After high school, it took me to Louisiana. I went to Southern for a little bit, and then I got in a little bit of trouble there, being how I was from out here. It's kind of slower out there, but it was a little different. It was like being out there with how we dress and how we do certain things and how we move. It was like being a celebrity out there. So it was kind of cool. It's first time I'm really away from home. So it was like, man, okay. Yeah. I remember the first time we went there, we got off the bus and they thought we were rappers as we was getting off the bus. So then you know how that went just from there. So
Did you like it out there?
Oh yeah, I loved it. That's where I spend most of my time. That's where I target most of my music. That's where most of my streams, most of my fan base. That's originally really where like majority of my family is from, both sides, from different parts of the South. So I love the South. That's like my second home.
Yeah, I mean I like the South too, but I just can't. It's that whole fucking. How can I explain this? It's still like, unless you're like in the metropolitan cities like Atlanta or New Orleans and shit. But once you go out to the outskirts of the South, like it's like them niggas are still in the past.
Yeah,
niggas out there still think they slaves and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's somewhat of a
Confederate flag still flying around. So
yeah, to be honest, that's the part I mostly be in. Like I'll be in deep in Mississippi, like Jackson. Like especially when Dion was out there playing, and I'm not playing, but his sons was playing. He was coaching. I went to some games at JSU. I spent a lot of times. Actually I go to the real parts. Kiki, I got to see some of the stuff, but then they teach you and you learn, and then it appreciate. Yeah. You appreciate it, and now I understand. Okay, now I have talks with people about appreciating being in California and looking at it different and understanding that a lot of us come from there. Our family members wanted more money or better life, and they moved from there here. So those are our cousins, really, but those are our real roots. That's our real home.
What was the reason for you to move back here?
Move back here, really, I got in trouble at Southern with the ladies and being out late, and I'm not supposed to, and curfew and things like that, and. They got rules out there at the HBCUs where you can't have cars and certain things if you're a freshman, certain things. So I came back home.
So you was out there for sports?
Yeah, I was out to play basketball. Okay, yeah. Then I came back and I went to Mount Sac in what is that? Pomona, California, down there. Yep.
I'm sure you've heard like Oakland niggas, like when it comes to athletes, like they have a reputation, right, of being uncoachable, having attitudes. That's why very few of us out from here, right, make it. Like there's you could pick. There's like a handful, like Jason Kidd and like et cetera, but there's been a shit ton of like good athletes and shit from Oakland, right, who go somewhere and then it never pans out. Do you feel that's a true conception, or you think it's something that is not true?
It's true. It's true. See, I wanted to go to the South, so I was prepared for the big ass bugs, the all the other shit. Like, you know what I mean? I was prepared for it. Some guys I feel like aren't prepared for that. Just California is different. Yeah. I mean, even way how they, handle you. You know what I'm saying? Even like you said, there's still people that fly the Confederate flag, so and think a certain way. So, you know, they talk a certain way and they look at you a certain way. But it's that, and then also we hustlers. So we go there and it's like, ooh, I can make some money. And that gets in the way, especially before these NIL deals.
Yeah.
That would really get in the way because it's like, okay, California's hella high, so our families is already struggling here. You know, most of them back there, they own the house. Here is you know, it's not the same type of situation because it's so expensive. Mom's still trying to do what she's doing. You probably got siblings, she's still trying to do that. And then you out here at the school, but then you also got teammates that's, you know, they got some money. Then you got certain situations, you want some money, you got to figure out how to eat. You can't eat past this. You know, it's a whole lot of tricks they had with the scholarship thing to where you couldn't be in the cafeteria after this certain time, but then that time conflicts with the time you getting out of the gym and the extra practice and workouts you got to do. So now I got to figure out how to eat on my own. So I know that played a big part. You know, you get out there and you know, you want to hustle. I mean, it's just there. I mean,
I remember when I was in
they know what we do best out here.
I remember when I was in the military, me and this one nigga from Oakland linked up. We found out, oh, you from Oakland? Oh yeah, I'm Oakland too. And then we linked up and then we started hustling, doing hella shit that you ain't supposed to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, I understand what you're saying. So when you get back here, right? Did you start doing music when you got back here, or were you always doing music?
I was always doing music. In high school, when I was at Berkeley High School, I ended up becoming friends with real close friends like Rex Liferage and other guys. So I always was into it and around and doing it. And then even when I went to the South, I still was doing it. LA, I still was doing it. And even when I came back here, I just kind of stepped on the gas really, really. I dove into it because I had a little bit more time on my hands.
Yeah, so everyone says, "Oh yeah, I've been doing music for a long time, right?" But when did you start doing music? When did you say, "Okay, well, I'm going to start doing this shit seriously"?
I say really, really. I say it's two steps of seriousness. I say one step of seriousness was actually locking in and doing it. I did that part. I say in the beginning. Like once I came back from school, I kind of did that. I played basketball here a little bit, but then I really locked into it, and I really started getting in the studio and doing certain things. But then I say the second time is after I had my daughter. That's when I really locked in because I understood the aspect of the game of marketing, promoting. Okay, I need to have money for this. I need to pay this because I guess I believe those are two levels of the game. It's like first you got to master your craft. I believe that's what I did, and then once I mastered my craft, then now I had to master the game.
When was the first time where you were like, damn, I'm really nice. I can really like make money off of this shit. Was there a certain person that shouted you out that you really respected, or did you hear your shit on the radio, or like what was it?
I say before I believed, but then you know I was kind of hesitant with it before I had my daughter. But then I believe after I had my daughter. And I had a song, it's called Price, and I put the song out on streaming platforms and promoted it, not too much, but just really put it out. And it just kind of clicked and it hit. And I got that song on Camille, and that was like, okay, boom. And then I had another song that's called FEWAP that hit again a couple years right after COVID. It hit again, bam. I'm like, okay, yeah, now I can do this. So that's the song I've been mostly pushing now and running with.
You say your sound is not really like a Bay Area sound?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a blend of the Bay Area sound. I use, because for me, the Bay Area sound is
you sing a lot, right? Like
I sing a little bit. I sing, harmonize a little bit, but then I rap too. But then with the rap, I change my tones, my voice, my pitch. I switch it. I might sound like this, or you know what I'm saying? I basically tune my voice to sound for the best vibe of the song. Like I don't want to come on a song you be like, you know, certain people come on. I feel like if you come one way, you stuck in that way. You cutting down your creativity. If you have a bunch of different bags and tricks you can pull, then your creativity can be different. You can start off sounding like this and then 4 bars in, switch and then sing and then switch back to it. But if you only do this, then that's just what it.
Do you feel Bay Area rappers for that specific reason, right? Do you feel Bay Area rappers the reason why not a lot of you guys make it like Like if you go to New York, you're not going to really hear like Mr. Fab or E40, right? I mean, E40 maybe because he's like one of one, right? Mm-hmm. But you're not really going to hear like Yuck Mouth and shit like that, right? But out here, you'll hear Too Short all fucking day. I'm still hearing that Too Short song on the radio station. But do you feel like Bay Area rappers want to cater to the Bay Area instead of like branching out to where they can have a sound that niggas in the South will be bumping, niggas in the East Coast will be bumping?
I believe so. Yeah, I believe they kind of.
Why do you think that is?
To be honest with you, I feel like we keep ourselves stuck in a bubble. Well, I don't feel like me. I feel like a lot of people keep themselves stuck in a bubble in the Bay Area as far as they're not looking at the bigger picture. It's okay to be the best around here and to have, the popularity around here, but what about the big stage? And then also, it's a second part to that to where I don't think everybody really wants to go to that big stage. I don't think everybody's really in it for the same reason. And I was talking to someone else about that, like in the South, even in New York, it's certain things you got to go through even today. And in the past, you had this levels you had to pass, people you had to be introduced to or who validated you with your rapping skills or certain things like rapping on the corner, certain things. We don't have those tiers of a level, but people are really in the game trying to do it for money. Not just here, but everywhere trying to do it for money. And it's like, okay, that's cool. But then you have people that are really doing it for the music and the craft and the creativity, and we sometimes let the popularity of these people that want to make the money get in the way of the people that actually are doing it for the craft and can push the culture forward. I think that's like our biggest problem right now. We have a bunch of people that can push the culture forward. Like we have a bunch of people that can put us on the map, but it's like, okay, I know these other people are popular. I know that they did this before. I know they did this. They had their shot or whatever the case might have been. It's time that we turn a new leaf and let these new guys in and just let us do what we need to do because we learn from them. But we the next level. We the next stage. We the evolution.
Did you have a mentor? Well, not just a mentor, but did you, when you started doing music, did you have someone who were like teaching you like your way around a studio or like how to say this or like how to breathe when you rap on a mic and shit like that?
No, I say a lot of that, majority, 99% of it was self-taught. Some stuff I did learn from just, I know a lot. I still do it now. I'll go to the studio, even if it isn't my session. I'll sit there and I'll watch the engineer and I'll be watching the engineer's hands, watching the screen, paying attention. Also did a little school stuff for it. So I kind of like dove into it. But like far as breathing, my cadence, no, I like a lot of it. I learned growing up rapping in the back of the car, rapping in the shower, repeating DMX, repeating Juvenile, repeating Jay-Z. And then once you learn how to mimic them, and it's okay, boom, boom, okay, he know how to do this, he hold like this, he stop. And I just became basically a student of the game. Like a lot of people don't do that. They don't, I could break down each person's flow, how they do it, how it sound like a swing, how I do like this, or and that's like the part I think a lot of people is missing.
Do you have someone that you try to, not copy, but mimic your style off of?
I say it's a few people. To me, it just feels like whatever mode I'm in. But there are quite a few people like a Jay-Z. I try to sometimes be feeling like DMX, Andre 3000.
Some big names, no?
Pimp C, Jeezy, Rick Ross, Future. It's just kind of really, for me, it's like the vibe and energy of the song, because also this is a business. So at the end of the day, people like brand new things. That's cool. But then after a while, that gets old too. But, it's all about knowing your target market and what your people want. And that's what you got to make. So if that's what they want, that's what you need to make. But don't try to copy nobody else, but do it your own way of it. But if hey, if you this age and this and this, and your target market is this, don't try to go make no Lil Yachty song.
How do you feel about the state of music now, like the streaming? Do you feel like music is saturated right now?
Yeah, I feel like it's a lot of people in the way. Too many people in the way, too many voices, too many opinions. It's a lot of people that got jobs in certain situations that, they might not have respectively earned, or other people that did earn them, they got pushed out, and now the game is just all crazy. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen next, but it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, because back in the day, right? Like when a person puts out a project, it was like Jay-Z will put out a CD, and then you wouldn't hear from him again for like another year or two, right? Nowadays, like let's take NBA YoungBoy for example. This nigga is like putting out projects over and over and over, and I feel like too much of something, niggas will get tired of it.
Yeah.
Like I remember when I first started watching that Cameron and Mace sports show. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. So when that first started, right, I was watching. I was like, "Oh shit, it's good that these niggas, because these niggas are from New York and they're not They're not trying to be politically correct. They're just like some barbershop talk, right?
Right.
And I was watching that, but then these niggas started coming out with episodes every single day. I didn't know it was an everyday show. And then I stopped watching it just because it was like too much. So I feel like people, and especially music artists, they feel like they have to, in order to stay relevant, keep putting out music or EPs or whatever, like every month and shit like that, instead of nigga Lauryn Hill is still touring off of that one album that came out in fucking when was that shit? Like 1998 or some shit. Yeah. So it's crazy. Do you agree?
I agree, because I look at examples like because at the end of the day I want to be more than just an artist. So I look at the whole business and everything, the model and everything, how it goes, and it's just like, all right. So for an example, like TV, HBO, they have their shows. They're only going to show you one episode of the season a week.
Yeah.
They're going to make, and then they might put 2 weeks in between before they give you a new one. Now, once they've done that and they made you wait and watch the whole season, then they'll make you wait even longer. And then they might drop it on Netflix maybe 2 years later. Mm-hmm. Once they already have something else new that they about to put out. But by then, when they drop that old shit now on Netflix, you gonna watch that shit too.
Yeah.
And then you gonna watch the new shit.
Niggas be itching and scratching like crackheads for that Game of Thrones to come out on Sunday.
Come on now, how long everybody been waiting to watch that? And then they play games with you like, you know what, first night we'll give you 2 episodes.
Little teasers, little teaser trailers. Mm-hmm.
The teaser trailers, the samples, the interviews, all of that is the build up.
Well, how do you go about putting out music?
I go about it, I build up. Mm-hmm. I take content, memes. I try to use anything I can, interviews like this, anything I can possible, radio interviews. I wish I could have went to BET Weekend this weekend. Anything possible. I try to use it, put it on my platforms, either my social medias, and push it and give everybody a rundown, date, links, different type of stuff. Like and then sometimes I try to switch it up and I blend in old stuff. I take advantage of Throwback Thursdays. So something I might have not posted for the last 6 months, I might go back and post on this Throwback Thursday, because people got to understand is, like you said, about it being oversaturated. Shit, social media oversaturated. So shit, and as artists, shit, they ghost. You feel me? Have us banned damn near where we can't. A lot of people don't get to see our content. And
you got and within that 6 months, you got new niggas who just followed you, so they don't know.
They don't even know.
Yeah, so they don't know about you.
It's kind of like you got to keep it. Mm-hmm. And if you're not paying for ads, then you really losing. Nobody's seeing your shit.
Exactly. Let's talk about your first legitimate project that you put out. What was the name of it?
I say the first legitimate project, I say July 3rd, either July 3rd or I say Smart Camp. I did Smart Camp.
Smart Camp, that was the name of the album?
Yeah, it was Smart Camp. I did that with Matt Guy Debo. Well, he's with FOD. Shout out to him.
So that was your first project that you put out to the world?
That was my first, yep. Yeah, I can
And this was a solo?
No, it was a combined, it was a joint.
Okay. Combined with like who? Like a rapper and a producer?
Yeah, we basically used 2 main producers. What did we use? I forget the guy that we used from Oakland. We used a producer. Matt Guy Debo hooked us up with a producer. He got me a producer, and then he brought beats from him. And then I got a producer. Who did I use? I used RJ from Detroit. Makes a lot of tracks for people. And I took my beats, his beats, we blended them together, made the album, put it out.
What? When was this?
This was about 3 years ago. This was during COVID.
3 years ago.
3-4 years.
So you. I want to say you're new to the game, but you're pretty new because your first album was a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Okay. Why did it? You said you were doing music, like basically your whole life. Why did it take so long for you to actually put a project out?
I say because I was kind of letting myself get away. One thing I know with this is sometimes you can overthink imperfection. Like I was putting singles out, like I had songs played in parties and clubs and stuff, and I was doing stuff, but I wasn't consistent.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't understand everything I had to do.
Did you not have confidence in yourself to like be like, because I'm pretty sure you were like featured on other people's shit, right? Did you not have confidence to be like, to come out with like, to say that you can carry your own like album alone?
I did. I felt like I could.
Mm-hmm.
It's just I just got that done first. I was still doing my own, but what I usually do is, and even then, I was just recording a bunch of songs. Like I try to make everything a single song. So I got like a library full of songs even from then. Like it's some songs that I'm releasing now that are from then that nobody even know. You couldn't even tell that it's 4 or 5 years old.
Yep.
But it's just, I was just stacking them, just like perfecting, because it was a thing with my ear where if it don't sound a certain way on how I want to sound, how I need it to sound, then I know it's off because I listen to it genuinely. I judge myself just like I would judge Jay-Z or somebody else.
Yeah. So everyone says, right, when an artist puts their first project out, it's the best because you literally have your whole life to consider on this one project. Like DMX's first album, It's Dark as Hell Is Hot. That was so good because he had his whole life to prepare and like put content into those songs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then once that album comes out, it's mad successful. Like 50 Cent's Get Rich or Die Trying was fucking crazy. Jay-Z's first album, Reasonable Doubt, was crazy. All classics, right? Because you have your whole life to make this one album. But then once that one album drops, you're like, okay, well, what am I going to talk about now, right? I already talked about growing up, the struggle and shit. Now my album is successful. I have millions. Like, what is there to talk about now, right? So when your first album came out, tell the people the process on. Was it hard for you, like this album? Like, tell the people the creative process.
I guess the creative process is basically just living life.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't really come too hard. I like to listen to beats. I like to listen to music. I like to think. And also when I do what I do, my creativity is when I hear a beat, it has to catch me. And then I start thinking about, okay, where this fit in, where this go? Oh, this sound like a club song. Okay, this make me feel like this. And the first couple of words I come up with, I kind of go with that because that's something I could probably hum, and then I just start doing my mathematics of putting it together. But I really just go off of vibes. Like it has to feel a certain way because if I don't feel it, then the people not gonna feel it.
The first album you mentioned that we're talking about now is like more like it's a bunch of party songs, or do you get deep?
I say no, I didn't go deep on that one. On that one, we mainly was talking about hustling because it was COVID. It was made during COVID. Okay. I think a lot of the music that I made during that time was basically on what I was going on and going through in life. So that's what I kind of draw from is my life and what I go through every day. That's why traveling and being on the road and going outside and experiencing new things, food, places, women, everything. I put it all together and I pull from it. Conversations.
Did you was there ever a time where you had like writer's block and you needed some inspiration? And
oh yeah.
Where did you get the inspiration from?
Shit, going outside, go to club. I done broke songs in the club with the AirPod in, standing there in the club. Yeah. The AirPod in, I could hear the beat.
Seeing a fat ass dancing or something like that?
Man, something like that, or shit. It might be a day you might have been going through something, so you just went outside just to have a drink. So now you sitting at the bar, or you sitting at the little side table, and you listen to the beat, But then also you messing with your phone and your thoughts is coming out and you like, oh shit, that sounds like clean ass hook right there. I gotta put that. Let me get another drink. Next thing you know, you ready to leave. You going home talking about, man, okay, let me finish this before I go to sleep.
Do you produce as well?
Nah.
No?
I help people like arrange songs. I write and basically like that. But like to me, I consider producing like actually making the beat. But besides that, I do everything else. I can make beats, but I don't know.
After your first album came out, what was the feedback that you received?
They didn't think it was me. That's the biggest and most feedback.
Is that a positive to you or a negative?
Positive.
Okay.
Because I don't want them to think it's me. It's like because making the music and you being open and you exposing yourself and basically your name is kind of like an identity, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like a superhero or a villain. And you kind of just, you behind that and you kind of like stand behind that because it'd be days where you feel like you don't even want to get dressed. I don't want to put all this jewelry and all this shit. I want to be in sweatpants. I just want to be chilling. So you got to kind of, also with your life and your world, you got to split the two. So.
Are you signed?
Not right now. I'm staying by myself, but I do a lot of work tightly with Rap A Lot West. Shout out them. You feel me? Everybody out there, D and everybody.
Would you rather be signed or would you rather be independent?
Right now, I'd rather be signed because of the money. And I understand. I know some people be like, "Oh, I wouldn't take a 360," but I'm a person that would because I understand is once I get that stamp in that door and that look from the industry, it's all about what you're gonna do with it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can build your shit from the independent, and they're only gonna let you get so far because if you get to a certain level, then that means you competing with them.
Yeah.
Now, if them 10 or 5 other companies, they not about to let you compete. They can push you out the way. So, you got to work with them. So that's why I would, and I am, and I will take a deal.
Have you ever been like close to being signed?
Yeah, I've had situations where I talked about it, but the biggest factor to me is I know what I'm worth, and I know what I need, and it's the money thing. And like I know what else I can do. I know it. If I just get a certain little bit of attention, a little light shown, then I know it's gonna open up.
After the first project, when did you drop the next project? Well, how many projects do you have out right now?
I'll say about 4 projects.
4?
4, but I have hella singles. I drop a lot of singles. Not like I'll take some time and I'll drop, and I'll take some time and I'll stop dropping. I'll take some time and I'll drop with the singles, but then all the singles lead up to the tapes, basically.
So you say you have 4 projects. Which project are you most proud of?
Him Nothing.
And why is that?
I guess that one I feel like broke me through in the tension to get all the attention I needed in the
Now, which out of the 4, where is that falling as number wise?
3.
That's the 3rd one? Okay.
I'll say it got me the attention I need in the Bay Area, and that's my best song and single that's actually I've been pushing for like a year that got played in the NBA Finals and all kinds of things.
Wait, hold on. You got to say that again. Your song played in the NBA Finals?
Yeah, last year. Not this finals, but last year's finals.
Like TNT or something?
Yeah, on the actual actually in the arena during the game.
Oh, in the arena, okay.
Yeah, in the arena during the game. I had
congratulations, nigga.
I appreciate it. 2 games. 1 game in Denver. They played it while Jimmy Butler had the ball, and he was
in Denver.
Well, Jimmy Butler had the ball dribbling. He took a shot. Boom, they made it.
He made it.
Made it. Then they played
off your song,
off my song. Then a couple days later, they played the next game in Miami, and they were warming up to it in the arena right before the game started in the halftime.
So are you saying? Well, because Jimmy Butler lost. So.
They lost.
Okay, yeah. I was about to say, was it good luck, nigga?
Yeah, the shot failed. I mean, hey, look, I'll take that.
Okay, so you say that was your one that you're most proud of. Was there anything that you did different, but when you created that project than the other ones?
Yeah, I just didn't give a fuck. And then I had gone through all the stuff through COVID, and then losing my job and getting back to hustling really, and how it was World War III around this motherfucker during COVID. I mean, everything was going on, the vibes, the energy outside.
Well, I mean, a lot of niggas A lot of niggas did some shit in COVID. They grew up. Not grew up, but like niggas was getting money during COVID with them loans and shit. Yeah. Niggas popping out with chains, watches and shit. Especially in the South.
Traveling, it was crazy.
Niggas buying
life was different.
Jeeps, Ferraris off them loans. But what you do in the dark comes back in light. So you know what I'm saying? All them niggas is getting locked up now.
Yeah, getting caught to actually catching up with their ass.
Hell yeah. But yeah.
I embraced the struggle though. It was cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I don't respect a nigga who doesn't go through a struggle in life. Like if a nigga comes up to me and like says, "Oh, I'm rich because I'm saying my parents were rich, or I have a family that was rich," that's not. You don't get my respect. Like niggas like Elon Musk. Niggas like Elon Musk, people think that he's like some genius and shit. Like he's from a rich family. Dad was a South African, got rich off of we're going on some other shit.
I already know.
But if family got rich off apartheid in Africa, right? And he got rich, and then anyone can like think of some shit, but the true smart people are the ones who take your idea and make it fact.
Right.
Like I can say, "Oh, we should have self-driving cars," but would you give me the credit, or would you give me the credit who takes that idea and actually creates the self-driving car? Mm-hmm. I would give the credit to the nigga, the engineers and the scientists and all them shit who create the self-driving car, not the person who comes up with the idea. Because everyone he
just had the money.
Yeah, everyone that you see has ideas, but the people who actually take your idea and make it fact are the geniuses, not Elon Musk. But yeah, that was just a little rant, but you know what I'm saying? So your third album came out, right? And it was playing in the NBA Finals. And then how long from the third album to the fourth album? When did that come out? What was the gap?
I'll say about a year. Mm-hmm. I had a lot of songs on that one album that people liked. I mean, there's still songs on there that people are kind of like today just catching up on. So I kind of like took some time and I really heavily was promoting the single FWAP, the You Know How I Get. That's the song that actually got played. And then I'm still actually heavily pushing, and it's growing and growing. But it's just a process of seeing it like, okay, it just don't happen overnight. Sometimes for people it does, but to actually be taking the stairs instead of taking the elevator, it's actually kind of cool to see the song growing and, you know, going outside and people not knowing your music, and then now they know the song, so now when they see you, every time they see you, they saying the catchphrase, "You know how I get, you know how I get." And it's like, okay, all right, little kids singing in their dad's cars, and
it's crazy that you say that, because has there ever been a time where you were like, you know what, I'm not where I think I should be, I'm not famous and shit, I don't have a record deal, blah blah blah. Was there ever a time where you were like, yo, I'm just gonna give up and just like work a 9 to 5 and give up this music shit because it's not hitting yet like it should?
Yeah, I think you kind of go through that process all the time. I think even I kind of see it in guys even that get on and they're actually in situations and got big money, because it's like you have to constantly evolve, you're constantly changing, you constantly have to challenge yourself. The people all constantly want something new. You can't come. Yeah, that song was a hit, but you can't come with something just like that. You got to come with something new. They want to see growth. And it's just like, it's a challenge. So some days you be wanting to give up, but then that's what you got your people, your friends, and your strong mental. You got to have a very, very strong mental to do this. To play sports, trying to go to the NBA, to be in any independent business, do what you're doing. You got to have a real strong mindset. To lock in, because it's gonna be days where shit, you ain't gonna want to do it. You gonna be like, hell nah. Instead of spending this money, I can spend this money and do this. But fuck, if I spend this, eventually it's gonna turn into millions. If I spend this, shit, I ain't gonna them shoes or that outfit or that trip ain't even gonna. I ain't gonna remember that shit.
What how can I say this? What do you think you need to get where you want to be?
I think part of it, I think I need the entire Bay Area to fully come behind. And behind the music to sound, like as far as the DJs and everybody to kind of lock in and like push it. Because I mean, I already done tested the waters out in the South from the older DJs and people in situations to the younger crowd. So it's like, okay, I know it works nationally. I know it works internationally. But it's just like the one thing everybody kind of waiting on is they kind of like waiting to see, okay, well, what's the Bay Area gonna do with it? Well, what's the Bay Area gonna do? It's like, it goes back to what you were saying earlier, is the Bay Area is stuck in the bubble of we like this, we like this, we like this. But y'all listen to this.
Bro, you need to get out the Bay Area, nigga.
Get
your ass out the Bay Area.
I do, but then even out there, they still want to see there, because if you consider the South like a Glorilla, right? Mm-hmm. She took over home the South first, even like Bossman D-Lo. Feel me? They actually got on really going on, podcasts similar to this, but they just went on the podcast and they rapping, you know what I mean? That's crazy how that worked, because not even those platforms are big platforms, but how many Bay Area artists do you see on there? How many Bay Area artists want to spend the money to go out there, to fly out there, to go hop on there? If you know this is where this podcast, I know 4 recent artists, Glorilla, Sexy Red, Bossman D-Lo, then did they viral freestyle on this podcast. Why wouldn't I want to try to take a trip out there and go do it if you think you got the song? So that's the type of mission I'm on now. It's like, okay, I'm seeing, but we need that here. We don't have that. I mean, Thizzler we have, but they mess with LA, but then they have their own record label, and everybody out here is independent. I think the independent thing is kind of like, it's a gift and a curse for us, because this thing is, I think a lot of people think they know too much, and I want to be independent on this. E40 and them, that was cool. People gotta understand, they was selling out the trunk. Just like the drug gang they was making money then. You can't stand outside and sell drugs today like they did. You can't stand outside and sell CDs. Yeah. They was selling CDs, getting $10, $20 a pop. You get what I'm saying? They is not about to take no QRC card from you for no 10, give you no $10, $20.
Yeah.
They barely want to
and niggas, this is what I don't understand when people, when you get off BART and you're like going down in San Francisco, right? And then niggas are like, "Oh, buy my CD." But why would anyone buy a CD from a person they don't know? They don't know you. They don't know your music. So why would I buy a CD and I don't even know if I like this shit? That's why you should just give your CDs away for free.
Marketing promo.
You know what I'm saying? Just like if you that's not even just music. That's just on anything. You have to create a fan base. And then once you have this fan base, then you can start like charging someone. That's why fucking you, like the streamer, you're not allowed to go live on TikTok unless you have a certain amount of followers. There's a reason for that, right? Because why would you stream if no one is going to that's not beneficial to the bottom line, like the company, TikTok. We want you to have 1,000 followers, so when you go live, there's going to be at least 400 people that are going to tune in, right? So that's why I don't understand when people are like selling CDs to niggas, they don't even know you. Just give your CDs for free.
Worst part is, who has a CD player?
Wait, I'm just talking about back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
No, there's really people sell CDs today.
Now?
Yeah. What's a CD player?
Yeah, that's crazy.
You can't get them, and then people say, CDs now. Give them a USB. Who gonna hook the USB up to their car? Who gonna trust it?
Exactly.
Or their laptop.
Exactly.
The game is so tricky now. It's like, like you can't even, like, that's hurting us.
Mm-hmm. I feel like let me ask you this. Do you feel if you were in Atlanta, do you think your music career will be bigger than it is now, or less? Or the same?
I think it'll be a little bit bigger. I think,
and why is that?
Because it's more record labels. Like, I don't even know how many record labels we have in the Bay Area. I think Empire, and then we might have a little branch off, little offices and stuff like that for record labels. But shit, in Atlanta, they got record labels right there. Shit, Detroit.
But do you think it's just because of record labels, or do you think?
Yeah, because we don't get to interact with them. I mean, unless we go out there. But then, then you.
But a lot of people in Atlanta are not signed, and they're blowing up.
They're connected though. Like, everybody knows somebody. Like, they know Like even if you look at it, I say a certain situation where let's look at Gunna and Lil Baby. Let's look at QC situation.
Yep.
Gunna, Lil Baby, and even Lil Yachty. You know what I'm saying? They got Lil Yachty. They got Gunna. They got Baby. Baby was really no rapper.
Yeah.
You feel what I mean? They got Gunna. He was, but they put the pieces together, boom, boom, and then they use Yachty piece. And okay, let me use him with the City Girls, and then boom, boom. They kind of merged it and blended it together. But they already had the connects from shit. Coach K knowing Gucci, having experience with Shawty Red. He got that. How many of those guys do we have here? And offices we could walk into. Plus, they have a market too. That strip club shit is a real fucking market.
Oh yeah,
real moneymaker. What ain't nothing about
That's how niggas' songs get. That's how they can tell this is the single that I should come out with because these bitches are popping that ass to this song. So then that's when they put it up.
Yeah. So this already by the time they get here, it's already passed the test. They already had the motherfucker stole $1 million this motherfucker in the club. By the time we get to California, we late.
And niggas in Atlanta, they help each other. You know
right. That's what I'm saying. It's like it's close, like tight knit. Like one guy might be actually on a record label, and then the other guy might be on their record label, or they'll be doing like Gucci do and be like, oh well, I can't really do nothing with them. So you know what, Coach K? Hey, look, you want to take them? Yeah. All right, just give me a couple dollars. All right, everybody eating. He ain't tripping. He like, let me find somebody else new now.
Let's talk about you performing. I'm pretty sure you've performed in front of people, yes?
Yeah.
What was the biggest performance you ever had?
I'll say the biggest performance I did was probably in San Francisco. I can't remember the place. A lot of people go perform there. It's by the freeway. I can't remember the place. Oh, what? Bricks and Mortars.
Bricks and Mortars. Okay. Do you remember your first ever performance?
Yeah, I remember my first ever performance was at Caribbean City.
Caribbean City.
I'll never forget that.
Okay. Is Caribbean City still open?
They changed it to something else.
Oh, yeah, that place was crazy.
Yeah, that was.
When was this?
This was years ago. This was before I had my daughter.
Okay.
This is kind of when I was trying to make a decision if I was going to do it serious or not.
Were you nervous?
Hell yeah.
What? How did you get the performance?
I actually a guy that used to be one of my friends. His brother, rest in peace to him. He took us up there because he did music, and he knew I was doing music, and he just took us up there. And then there was like an open mic thing, and I ended up getting up there.
Oh, so this was before like your legitimate first project was out.
This was before it all. I say before my first legitimate project. I say I'm blessed because I got to do a little bit of everything. I got to experience, what performing was like. I got and then it's kind of like cool because I had a whole nother name and a whole nother everything. So it's like
was this when you were going by
Misfit? Yeah. Misfit. So I got to experience a whole lot of shit like that and then come back totally recrafted. You know what I'm saying? But I got to still use those lines and relationships I created from Misfit. But there's like everybody seen the maturity. Like, okay, it's different.
Was your music when you were Misfit and then from WavyKamp, was the music different or just the name was different?
Music was different too.
Music was different.
A little bit different, yeah.
Killing shit.
No, I say it was more softer than now. Then it was more strictly towards women.
Okay.
Now I'm telling everything. I'm telling it all. Fuck it.
How do you feel about rap beefs, right?
Uh-huh.
We just had this Kendrick Lamar Drake shit, right? Has there ever been a Bay Area rap beef? Do you think?
Yeah, there's been Bay Area rap beefs, but I don't think it would be too much because this is the thing. They understand that a lot of them sometimes they're in these other places they're beefing and they're raising the money. Kanye West and 50 Cent. There's numerous, even with the Drake and Kendrick one, I feel like it was a competition a little bit, but then they both knew hey, look, we gotta do something. We both gotta, jump back in this game. They said hip hop dead. You gotta remember, all last year, everybody was saying hip hop was dead, rap was dead. So then, the year ends and this is what jumps off with. But I say the only thing, and as a rapper, we done had conversations like between rappers, between ourselves and R&B artists. We'd be like, damn, we couldn't beef. You know what I'm saying? I think I heard somebody on a Fimbo Mike show say it like, we can't beef or even do a fake ass diss or beef and make some money off this shit because somebody will get in their feelings and then really start killing. You couldn't even play, you know what I mean? You couldn't even play with nobody in the Bay Area like that because
and the Bay Area is so small. You would
go run into him.
Yeah, you would run into that nigga. So,
or they already know where you at, or they know one of your family. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's so small. It's like
you done fucked one of his bitches. He fucked one of your bitches. Like
y'all might be fucking the same bitch right now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like that. But I think if we grew up in our mind of maturity of understanding of, hey, we can make a little bit of money off the controversy instead of bullshit. I mean, shit. I look at Thizzler, they make money with Lil Cito in the controversy of trying to say he was a white rapper. He can't really rap like that. He looked like a nerd. Shit. To me, they did what they needed to do. They had Chris Brown reposting this motherfucking freestyle. Come on now, like, I don't see nobody else repost nobody else around here shit. Like, Chris Brown ain't fucking with nobody. But everybody that had negative comments or said whatever they want to say, man, y'all was just helping boost that man up. Y'all didn't know that. And you know what I'm saying? It was, I don't know what he did after that or what he's currently doing, but I know if I had one of them opportunities, I'm gonna take advantage of it and do what I need to do.
So you speak about your daughter a lot in this interview. Tell me what fatherhood. How did fatherhood change you?
It made me appreciate things a little bit more, and it made me look at things a little bit different. That, like, I got someone else depending on me that can't go out and go get a job and do the everyday things that I can do. So I got to make sure I got to do that. And then also, if I'm going to be telling them to go reach their goals, I would have at least tried to, while I can, reach mine.
What do you want your... I mean, this is a weird question because a lot of parents would say she could be whatever she wants. But do you try to steer your daughter into being something?
Well, I love basketball, so some people say I try to steer into basketball, but she won't. But I kind of, besides that, I mean, I kind of try to get her to play, but besides that, I kind of let her do her own thing. Because I'm doing music. Did everybody know I want to do music? No. Did anybody, That's why, like, even now, I'll be like, damn, I went to schools where they had music programs or they had instruments and shit like that. Like, fuck, I wish I would have took a music class, you know what I'm saying? But that wasn't what necessarily everybody had planned for me, or even I even thought of back then. I didn't know I was going to be a rapper or this. I wanted to do music. But that's why I kind of let her do her own thing. She wants to do dancing. She do dancing. You done with that? Okay, do cheerleading. You done with that, Lil? You want to do softball now? We on softball now. All right, you want to do that? Let's do that.
Obviously, you're in the music business, and we're speaking about your daughter. How do you feel about the female rappers now? Because back in my day, I mean, we had Queen Latifah, MC Lyte, fucking Salt and Pepper, and then after that there was like Foxy Brown is my favorite female rapper, right?
She used to go crazy,
and it was more back then. The female rappers, it was more about lyrics.
Yeah,
like these hoes were trying to out lyric the guys that they rap with, and nowadays I feel. Well, I'm not going to talk about how I feel, but how do you feel about the female rappers today? Do you think do you think teenagers or your daughter, for example, Sexy Red is a good example for her?
Hell no. Sexy Red and them belong in the strip club. I got a video I was talking about it. I'm like, man, summer coming. We need to get all these women rappers that want to be rappers back in the strip club.
Yeah.
We need to get them back to their real jobs and stop acting like they rappers and get them back to what they need to do. Because that's what it is. It's just that they understand it's a hustle and it's about money. They really just trying to sell sex and it's fucking the game up.
Do you think it's the music industries or like, we're just going to grab the next black chick with a fat ass who's talking about pussy and, we don't need niggas. We're going to run these niggas and all this shit. And they take that person boost them up with the craziest marketing in the world, and then put them on every big platform, get them the greatest DJs, and their lyrics are like, "Oh, eat my asshole, eat my asshole," and that's the lyric, right? The whole song, right? But they're getting millions and millions of views, millions and millions of streams, and they're like the most popular artists, right? Do you think that's more of the music industry?
Yeah.
Or do black culture need to take a good look in the mirror and be like, yo, we don't support this shit. This ain't us.
To me, a lot of the black culture is like brainwashed. So it's both parts of me. They need to take a step and look, because what we got to remember is also, you know, I respect Sexy Red and her and what she do. You know, no disrespect to her. She's making her money. That's at the end of the day, people need to remember we are called entertainers. Like I said earlier, sometimes I take the shit off and I just want to be me. I'll just be me. And then sometimes, like, I got to be a dad. That's when I got to be me. I can't be the rapper me. You know, I can't be WavyKampFee. You know what I'm saying? Because he wouldn't look at the situation a certain way. But I think, the black culture, we have to look at it like that, as understand, hey, we're entertaining. We're entertainers. So there is a whole, as much as we say she has a bunch of black fans, there are a whole bunch of white fans and a whole bunch of other race fans that she
probably
has
more white fans than black. Because if you want to,
we not spending money like that to go fuck with her.
If you really want to dissect this shit, white people are the number one consumers of hip hop music and hip hop culture. You go to a Travis Scott concert, what do you see? None but white niggas,
Playboy
white
Cardi.
boys, Playboy Cardi. Well, yeah, Playboy Cardi. That nigga walking around with G strings and shit on now, so that nigga's kind of weird.
That's what, but I'm saying that's how. But they're having conversations about now. They're comparing him to Lil Wayne. They're saying for his generation, he is Lil Wayne.
Yeah. But yeah, it goes the similar fact. When you go to these concerts, nothing but white people.
Gunna
in the concerts.
6ix9ine.
White people are the ones streaming the shit. They're buying white people are buying the merch. These white teenagers.
Yes.
Right?
NBA Youngboy, when he was on trial, all them kids that was there, they was white at the courtroom, at the courthouse. They was white. They middle class white kids. Not everybody seen CB4.
Yeah,
what was the joke in there? The middle class white kid wanted to be CB4.
Yeah, that's crazy. CB4, yeah. That aged well, because CB4 is a perfect example of the music industry. Today. Exactly.
Everybody want to be Albert.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's crazy.
that's real life the game right now.
How do you think what do you think is fixable, or do you think it should be fixed? Because we create, I mean, black people are entertainers, right? We're the number one. We're like whatever entertainment you want to talk about, whether it's music, acting, or sports. Like, we are the top of that field. So, do you think it should change where we are at the top, but we don't have representation at the bottom because the consumers are white, or do you think it should stay like that, or do you think, since we are at the top, more black people should be our consumers, because it's black people, it's black product, but we're not, the consumers are not black?
I look at it like this. They got the money. We need the money. So we here to entertain. So we need to do what we need to do to get the money. And then once we get the money, then we need to take that and create change with that. Because it's like, everybody wants to create change, even in the music game. But it's like, okay, but you're trying to change the game, but it's 1 versus 10. You got to get in good with the 10 and then figure out how to sway 3 to come your way. Now it's 4 of y'all. Then maybe get that extra 2 votes you done paid off. Now you can talk about changing, because it's 6 on 4. It's not 1 on 9. Like, you got to think smarter about this. Even with it's like, Sexy Red is good. Get her money. She's feeding her family. But the black moms, y'all need to be doing y'all job and responsibility of saying, hey, baby, to their daughters, you know this is what this is. This is just this. And the fucked up part is, and I appreciate my baby mama, nothing like that. So my daughter don't experience nothing like that. Now, riding with me, she might hear, but even her mindset ain't even there to even understand, to even calculate or even figure out what's going on. But if you listen to that shit every day, if your kid watching TV with her mama every day, shows and she getting experiences so much.
Bro, the bitch just came out with a song called "Fuck My Baby Daddy" with Chief.
Do you know how many little girls is singing that song?
Exactly.
And then gonna grow up to
hate black men.
And to be saying "fuck my baby daddy" and to think like that and think this is it. Like,
how about not even put yourself in a position to have a baby daddy? That's what niggas ain't talking about.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Have a kid with someone that you know you're gonna be with and wants to be with you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's a big thing, but it doesn't get promoted in the.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it wouldn't sell. Sexy Red it wouldn't sell if Sexy Red saying, "Oh, I have a good relationship," instead of saying, "Fuck my baby daddy." You know what I'm saying? And that goes back to the record labels who own the music and want Sexy Red to say "fuck my baby daddy."
It goes to the alcohol, to everything in the club. Remember, like I said, sometimes I go out because I don't feel like dealing with certain shit, so I go out and go have a drink. So she done went out. She want to have a drink. She mad at the nigga. Now the song come on. We already got you juiced and amped up off the Hennessy. Now here come the fuck my baby. Oh, she about to let it loose.
Bitch is going crazy.
She gonna let it loose. Then wake up and call him in the morning, talking about, I need, can you help me? I thought you just said fuck me in the club last night.
And sometimes them bitches will go home with another nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
It happens.
Cold game.
That's why I don't even fuck. That's why I don't even deal with relationships. I don't want that trauma. I know these hoes ain't shit. I know they go cheat. So I'm not even gonna put myself in a position to even catch feelings because I know.
Yeah, they can't even relate with their mamas just based up off of, let's just say, house phone and cell phone. Let's just say certain situations. They can't even understand certain shit. They can't even relate to it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta think, in a relationship back then, there was no cell phone, no social media, no whatnot. Yeah. If y'all wanted to see each other, y'all had to either live together or see each other. Everybody didn't have no car. I mean, some people did. People did have cars, but shit, if you wanted to contact, they had to wait on your phone call or a pager. You get what I'm saying? Then you had to make a call. Like, you actually had to communicate with the person. Today, you don't have to communicate. You can just text message, and people feel like they have multiple options. So it's just like, I can go on Instagram and find me a bitch real quick. I can go to club.
And sometimes it's not even direct communication. People today, like, if you want to say something to someone, people will post something on Instagram, right, or TikTok, or whatever, any one of these socials, and without saying it to the exact person,
throwing blims,
subliminals, bullshit.
Yep. She be mad at you posting shit. Like, God damn.
It'll be the next motherfucker be like, "Oh, girl, did you see what so and so posted? I think it's about you." And then she goes, and then she posts some shit without even saying it directly to him.
I ain't even talking about you.
See, if you want to say something to me, just fucking call me and say it.
I go comment on the shit like that. I go put smiley face, hard eyes. I'm an asshole. I like doing shit like that. I like shit. You gonna feel stupid.
All right, so let's talk about your new project, right? You have a new project coming out, yes?
Yeah, The Rebirth.
That's the name of it? It's not out yet, is it?
Not out yet. A couple singles out. Not yet.
Let's talk about the singles. What are the songs?
The two singles I got really are Summertime, and it's called Peanut Butter. Peanut Butter featuring Kiwi the Beast, Beastella. She used to work with Livewire. She from the Bay Area. She still do stuff with them. She working Fully Holographic now and some other people, so I had to grab her for that. And the beat is actually made by local producers, Bay Area producers. Call Me Johnny and Exclusive made this. And I also have, like I said, Summertime. Summertime is a song I've really been pushing for this summer, and it fits this summer. Is kind of when I basically crafted the song to kind of resemble Will Smith's Summertime, but I basically did it our version, our way, the West Coast way, you know, how we do it, and up to date version. And I used the Detroit type style beat on there. Shout out to all the guys out there, RJ, everybody out there. And then the project Rebirth basically is going to be a combination of, you feel me, everything. Like, It's different. It's like
what's the vibe of
rebuilding.
the album?
Basically, it's like the vibe is up. It's energy. It's high energy. It's summertime. That's why I'm dropping it during the summer. It's perfect for the summer. And then it's just gonna segue into the next project, which I'm gonna come next season, and then I'm gonna drop one and finish it off.
Did you work with a certain producer throughout this process of this new album, or just a whole bunch of different?
Lately,
people?
I've been working with these guys called Rico and Thad. They're from out of state. I've been working a lot with them, and Call Me Johnny. He's from out here. Exclusive made this, and Live. Shout out to him. I seen him a little bit earlier. And Westside Drum, and even tapped in with Big Clef, and I did some Emma piano stuff and Afrobeat.
Oh yeah, that's you winning if you do that. That's taking over the world right now.
Yeah, I know.
Emma piano is crazy.
Yeah. I got one. I got one.
It's on the album.
No, I'm gonna let the album go, and then I'm gonna give that to everybody for the fall.
Wait, I need to hear that.
Yeah, I'm giving it to everybody.
We need to drop that exclusive Everyday Celebrity premiere.
Oh, for sure, we can do that.
Do you have a certain producer or someone that you? Because you know how people just have chemistry, right? It's all about chemistry, and certain people like when Drama and Lil Wayne get together, those fucking droughts. Those mixtapes are like classics every time they get together. Fucking Timberland and Justin Timberlake, every time they get together is like classic music. Do you have someone that you like really gel with, and every time you guys get together is just fire?
I got about 4 different guys. It's like my go-to. And I go to them guys whenever I need something, like I really need something.
Yeah.
So I go to them. But I keep my producers, the relationships, I keep them tight and I keep them small. I do like try new producers and try new things, but it's also the vibe and how you handle the business and how you deal with it. You know what I mean? I'm a type of person that doesn't mind paying and handling my part of the business and what I need to do, giving you your credits, sending your cuts, your master, whatever you need. I don't mind doing it. I just need you to handle your part and to be on point with your part. And that's a big thing, especially in this music game. I mean, shit, with all the paperwork you got to deal with to get paid for the music and all that shit, like, nah, you gotta be serious.
Where do you want to see your career go in the next 3 years?
In the next 3 years, I know for sure I'll be signed to a label and I'll be mainstream and in the industry. And within the next 3, I plan to have my own situation if not just with my own music, but also helping out other artists and putting them through. Basically, kind of, I want to be basically what everybody said they want to be from here, but not actually putting in the work and doing. It's like being the figurehead, being the leader, being the person that can put people in a position, like actually put them in a position to change their lives and across the globe, not just like locally, like put people in a position to, hey, put you on, hey, look, man, I can get you a Def Jam, I can put you this person over here, I can get you in certain rooms, scenarios, and open up doors. I feel like, it's going to take somebody who sounds different than the Bay Area to get the rest of the world to say, oh, this is what y'all do? Because they know we do the Bay Area sounding this, whatever. They know that. We know that. But they like, what else can y'all do?
Yeah. Exactly. Do you what's the worst thing to you about the music industry?
I'll say the money, because the money make people act funny. The money will make, it's a lot of money involved in this game. So the money will make people change up. The money will make people act different. I mean, whether you're not getting it or you are getting it, that it's shit. I mean, that's double-ended right there. If you're getting money, it's going to be people feeling like they need more. I think, fuck. I wrote it down yesterday. I was freestyling or something. I said something like, even when they, when you start getting more money, they start blaming you more for them being broke or something like that. I said like that. Basically, like, you getting more money. I'm getting money off of me working my ass off, and now you blaming me for you being broke because I'm getting too much money. How you feel like I'm getting too much money? No, I was doing this, and you ain't want to come help me on the process. You want to do it, but
Do you ever think about that though? Do you ever like sit down and really think about like let's say if you get signed for $2 million, right? Do you ever think about damn all of these people are going to come asking for money? Do you ever think about that? And do you ever think about who's going to come or who should I take care of and shit like that? Yeah. Which one of your niggas are you going to bring with you to when you're like touring and shit and when you start really popping?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I kind of got it already figured out. I know for sure one of the biggest things with me, and I tell people all the time, is like, if they gave me $2 million, shit, I might take $1 million and put it back in my music.
Mm.
Just because I know, okay, I got the 2. So I got the 2. I signed the deal. Plus they gonna invest some money. So now we looking at that shit might be like 5, really. So I might be on the books for 4 or 5 that I owe their ass. Yeah. So shit.
So you're not scared of telling someone, like, let's say you get this $2 million deal and your uncle randomly says, "Oh, I need a car. Can you buy me this car?"
They gotta get in contact with me.
Huh?
They gotta get in contact with me.
No, but what I'm saying is you're not scared to be like, "No, I'm not buying you the car." Okay.
Hell nah. Cause it's gonna be for me, and as I go through this and the game, like a lot of people, they be like, "Oh well, that's fucked up. That's your family, this or this and this." And it's like, no, I still love them. That's my family. Understand that, but you do not understand all the shit it took to get here. How many meals was skipped? How many times my mama or my daddy done cussed me out, or I had to borrow money, or I done had to do this or do that, or dirty looks I got, or people told me to stop, quit, and don't. You know what I mean? Yeah. Nobody ever kind of really fully looks at both sides of it. Like, I mean, even you got to even think about even like whether you're an athlete or even doing music, like especially if you do music, like how many people's parents tell them, you know what I'm saying, don't, what you doing that for? You need to go to school. You need to do this. Then motherfuckers show up with a $2 million contract. But you've been telling them, you they mama and they daddy, but you've been telling me, you told me last night to delete this motherfucking song. It was weak. I just hit the button and now they over here with a $2 million contract and you talking about you need 0.5. What?
Well, your mama don't know what's hot in the streets, nigga. She your mama.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But she could be, some people, sometimes even my parents, they get behind me and be like, okay, now, but I think also what it is, you got to show them that you really want to do this. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to come back with results. You got to come back. Them little showcases, them little shows, little videos, little flyers, they consider that and see that it's working. Okay. But if you just come and tell them, oh, I've been at the studio. Y'all, that shit on Instagram. Like you said, they don't see Instagram. They don't see all that.
Who's an artist that you would, if you could pick any artist to work with from the Bay Area, and then give me an artist that you could pick, any artist that's not from the Bay Area that you would love to work with?
Or rap or R&B?
Just anything. Bay Area, and then one that's not from the Bay Area.
Not from the Bay Area, Kanye.
Okay.
Bay Area. That's a hard one. I say shit. Richie Rich.
Richie Rich?
Yeah.
Okay, now when you say Kanye, what form of collaboration would you want to work with Kanye?
All around.
Like fashion, music, everything. Like writing?
Yeah, I want to pick his brain. I want to hear some of his thoughts and opinions. I know sometimes people say, oh, he talks crazy, but you know what I'm saying? It's we don't know what that man go through, especially, being in entertainment and seeing all the weird shit and how people treat you in the relationships, and then knowing that some of the shit that they're doing at that level is on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be real. A lot of artists, and whether they're actors or even in the entertainment period, a lot of them go crazy. You go through mental shit. I mean, even as an athlete, you go through mental shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, we kind of dismiss people, and we kind of, I think because they keep our minds so locked in, or try to keep our minds so locked in to where if someone who might experience some bullshit might be like, hey, this is bullshit. I'm telling y'all before y'all get here, this bullshit. We not gonna believe it because we so conform to what they telling us.
Yeah.
And it's like, shit, you seeing that with different people's personal situations in the music industry and entertainment, and then you seeing that across the board and all over.
Well, and give me the same question for Richie Rich.
Richie Rich, I want to sit down and I would want to basically business, and I also want to know about some rapping stuff. You know what I'm saying? Some history of Oakland, some parts and pieces. And I also feel like that's one thing I really kind of like need. I need, and I try to deal with a lot of the OGs. Like I saw the Mechanics last weekend, and I try to chop it up, talk with them. Hey man, let's do something to the room because I understand. Hey man, we need that you gonna need that co-signing. Like they got connections that we'll never be able to have because the way the game was back then is different now. They actually got to go state to state and sell CDs. We gonna say selling weed. They not selling we not selling music.
Were they willing to like sit down and chop it up with
you? Some are when you reach out to them. Like I know I know I chop it up sometimes with Daryl Reed. You know, little partner. I chop it up with him sometimes. I met him at an event for Black Menswear when I got dressed up. Shout out to them. And I met him there. And every time I see him now, or if I have something I think of, or you know, I hit him on the gram, I chop it up with him, or, you know, try to have a conversation. I kind of always have found myself around the older heads and the OGs more so than the guys around my age. I just think because everybody around me was always older, even my cousins, they were always older, you know, and I found my way around them a lot more so. You know, I'm quiet, I like to be laid back. That's how they are, you know. They like to watch the room.
That's good. You can learn a lot from a lot of, especially young kids these days. They don't give a fuck about the OGs.
Nah.
They'll tell an OG to shut the fuck up, nigga, and not even learn from them. I mean, but I kind of see why they say it because shit is different now. Like a lot of artists, like more artists now are way more better business minded than niggas back in the day.
Sure.
Because these niggas are creating their own shit, creating their own labels. They're not getting in crazy deals. They're putting out their own music. They know their worth. And then the artists back in the day, everyone felt like they needed the record label to survive or put music out. Like, so that's why I think the younger generation now are looking at the OGs like, nigga, when I created a whole empire by myself, and you needed someone. You're still have to give money to what you make now. You still have to give money to the record label. Like now, I'm like, so I feel like that's why a lot of young people don't really respect the OGs, but the OGs still can teach you some shit.
It's a lot they can teach you. It's we gotta understand they took sacrifices. They might not know it and have known it then, but they know it now, and you just got to be respectable and acknowledge it. Yeah, they took, you know what I'm saying? They took, you know, the fucked up end of the stick. You know what I'm saying? Just like the people before us, they were slaves. People before, after them, they was getting beat. You know what I'm saying? Civil rights. They went through shit. So it's like, I always learn that shit. Even now, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, you can't disrespect the elder because you don't know what they did. That motherfucker might have fought in the motherfucking Civil War for your ass. Your ass, you don't even know. You tripping. You might not even be here. Your ass might be a slave. You don't know.
Exactly. So tell the people what you have going on now. What are you working on now that you want the people to know about? I mean, obviously you got the new album coming.
Right now, I got that coming. The Rebirth, basically, that's all basically finished. Shout out to DJ TNT, putting his last little finished touches. And Colin, you know, they putting their last little touches on their little mix. And I got that going out. I got Boy the Splash, that's coming out. You know, shout out DJ Fresh, you feel me, from the South, you feel me, out the way. He be out in Ohio all around. He's actually the one that got me, got my single, You Know How I Get, FEWAP. He actually got it played at the Future concert last time Future came last year. He came to Oracle, so he played my song during the concert. Shout out to him.
Great to have connections.
Yeah. So I got a tape with him coming up. And then besides that, you know, I just seen Herb made this, you feel me, the other day. Shout out to Herb, you know, we supposed to be getting in the studio. I'm trying to just get as much work done. Shout out to 214. We got a song also I'm pushing right now called Weather. That's being actually played at like Hello Stranger, the local bars, a lot of local DJs. Shout out Gary Archer, he's helping us push that. And shout out L, you know, down there from Hello, you know, everybody down there. And Holla and Kamal and everybody that's been helping us push it. And Sean G, and we just basically just moving and pushing. It's just a lot of music, it's a lot of content, it's a lot of clothes, it's a lot of videos, it's a lot of everything.
You got merch?
Yeah, I got merch, all kinds of stuff. I kind of keep a little bit of everything on me.
Is I have one?
Nah. I have my stuff in the car. I'm gonna take that. I got an event I gotta go to later, so
I gotta give you one of my hats, nigga, so you can wear.
Okay, yeah, for sure. I need one. Yeah, I love the hats.
I got a green one just like that.
Okay, yeah, I can swap this out today. Look.
All right, so do you have a specific release date for your new album? Did you say
it's
that
gonna
already?
be July 17th.
July 17th?
Yeah.
And it's called what?
It's called The Rebirth. I'm gonna drop 2 singles. The 2 singles have kind of been floating around, but the real 2 singles gonna hit mainstream platforms on July 3rd and July 2nd and July 3rd. So right before the 4th of July, I'm dropping 2 songs in a row, back to back.
Okay.
Peanut Butter in Summertime.
Yeah, so I mean, I appreciate you coming on the podcast. It was great to get to know you and your background, because it's always good to know the artist's history before, because that what makes a person want to support you, right? Yeah. Instead of just hearing a fucking song, they want to know, why does this nigga make this type of music, or what type of person is he? And then, oh damn, this nigga's actually cool, right? And then now you got another fan. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
That's how it works.
That would support you. So yeah, I want to thank you for coming on the podcast. Everyone go stream his music. Where can they find your music at? You can find my music underneath WavyKampFee, WAV. Instead of a C, I do KAMPFEE, WavyKampFee with a K for the camp. You can go find it on every platform. I mean, you can Shazam it. You can find it on YouTube. You can find it, man. You can Google me. You Google me, it's going to be hella shit that pop up. Just hit the first thing. It's going to take you to it. I mean, Instagram, TikTok, everywhere. It's just, you know, WavyKampFee. I'm real good at branding and promoting. And so I'm trying to keep myself everywhere. Crown 4, everywhere. There's an alien that comes down, right? Mm-hmm. Comes up to you. Give me one song that describes WavyKampFee that this alien should take back to Jupiter. It's called What song would you tell him? It's called FEWAP, FEWAP, aka You Know How I Get. That's like my biggest song. I don't know. It was, man, that song, I don't know, it's just something about it. Everybody like it. The hook is hella catchy. It fits everything. I mean, I had to kind of go viral on social media. I mean, that fully describes me. I kind of like talked about a little bit of everything. I talked about hustling. I talked about, you know, my good side, my bad side, my family. I try to, you know, I kept it real basic. I kind of. Do you say that because it's just popular? No, or do you say it because you actually you like it, you care about it? I actually like it and care about it. I actually held on to it for a while. Actually, that's it. I was really mad at some close friends, and when I wrote that song, I stopped fucking with them, it was really a diss song. It really was a diss song, and then it ended up hitting. I thought I liked it, but then it was shout out Call Me High, her, and shout out Mr. Carterback Blurred, everybody out there at CBE. But them two, Bird and High, she told me it was a girl. She listened to the whole album when it dropped. She like, yeah, that's that one. That one. You want to shout out the niggas you was dissing? Huh? They know who they is. They know. Do they know the song was a diss song? They know the song. Okay. They done been in the arena like, damn. They know it's about them? They know. They done been around like, damn. I mean, that's my thing. Like, even with women, it just like, we take like, as an artist, like, I learned that from being around. I'm not going to say exactly who, but I know it's certain artists that people listen to all the time. These fools go do like, what we do every day, go to the club, do whatever, have a full day. At the end of the night, they go to the studio. Everything that's went on during the day, they're downloading it into the software. I'm talking about everything. Your problems, my problems, the other person's problems. Oh, somebody baby mama called and was tripping on the phone. You might thought didn't hear you on the phone over there tripping, had to walk out the room with only baby mama. But now you sit in the room, y'all smoking and you rapping, and all of a sudden, niggas over here tripping on that baby mama. Oh, shit. That nigga...
But we gonna get through that, you know what I'm saying? But it's just about the way you put it in there and how you do it. But shit, we draw from everyday life day experience. If I go to the club tonight and take somebody home, well, shit, I might have a single tomorrow.
Dope. Last question. Well, not even a last question. It's just a shout out. Do you want to shout out your boy who got? And I'm sorry I couldn't make it to the party. Your boy who got drafted. That's a big accomplishment.
Oh yeah, man! Shout out Keyshawn Johnson, man. Yeah, one of Oakland's very own. Yeah, man, he got drafted.
Where's he going?
He signed a contract actually with the Miami Heat.
Okay.
So he going to Miami. Shout out Don, everybody at Ground Up, and Cool Kids, Jay, everybody, and Rob. You know, shout out everybody.
Dope. Yeah, shout out to that nigga.
Yeah, man, he made it through. You know, it was cool getting to see meeting him in his younger years and his youth years, and you know, I actually got to go on a trip with him down to Vegas. He rode with me on a trip down there. I got to, you know, got to interact and talk with him. You know, that's a long ass drive down there. Him and another kid I was actually mentoring another kid, and my friend Don like, man, he need a ride. So I'm like, all right, come on, let's, you know, with the basketball thing, that's how we do. We used to it, you know, caravan, everybody hop in. What we got to do to make it, you know, get these kids where they need to be, we make it happen. So, you know, on that ride, I got to talk to him, and I got to see him play, and you know what I'm saying? And I got to, you know, as I was coaching too, you know, he'll still be around. I got to see things. So it was cool, and it's cool to really see an underdog story come true, because a lot of people, you know, they talk about how dreams come true, you know what I mean? But to actually see
that's the best feeling in the world.
Actually, dreams come reality. Like, that shit make you be like, okay, yeah, this shit can happen.
Hell yeah.
About
motivation like a motherfucker.
Hell yeah.
What was I about to say? So yeah, yeah. Do you have any last? Well, I want you. Let me just say this. Everyone, go stream, and I want you to succeed, brother.
I appreciate him saying you, man.
I mean, it's probably not nothing coming from me, because I'm just a small piece in this gigantic world.
Look, all the pieces add up, man. That's how you get the whole pie, man.
But yeah, I mean, I want you to succeed. I want all your goals for you to accomplish, and yeah, just fucking focus on Atlanta, nigga. We're not even Atlanta. Other places. Just don't steer yourself just in the Bay Area, because like if you do that, you're just going to be one of these next niggas who are popular in Oakland, but then once they go to fucking Texas, no one knows them.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's my second home. You know, that's what I said. I shout out to Rap Life.
Yeah, it's good to be the man in your backyard, but if you want to be successful and known, you have to.
Can't be the man somewhere else.
Exactly. So, yeah, I wish you nothing but the best. Do you have any last words?
No, man. I appreciate you. Everybody out there. Anybody want to do any reviews? Anybody want to do any music? You know, hit me up. WavyKampFee with a K, KampWavyKampFee. Shout out 214. Shout out Colin, everybody, the whole team, man. Shout out my daughter, my mom, everybody, family. Man, we just trying to make it happen, man, and just, you know, just make it happen for Oakland, man. Hey, Barry of DJs, hey, man, we got the DJ packs for you. Hit TNT, hit Gary Archer, man. Shout out to him, everybody, man. We just trying to make it happen. Hey, somebody need to get back on the top for the Bay Area, or, you know, I know y'all had y'all favorites and whatnot, and, you know, I done already stepped on them, and, you know, they need to just let that and deal with that. But, you know, y'all know who next. Y'all know what it is. You know how I get, man. I ain't got to say much, man. You know, the villain.
This is Everyday Celebrity Podcast, and we are out. You.
Yeah.